Hey everybody! I finally got my box. I don't know if you can see me. It's the first time I've tried filming this way. I finally got my orchids. I put them an order in back in January and they finally came today. Gives me something to do because it gets a little restless in the house these days. So I will let you see what I see. There should be 10 plants in there. My mom asked me, why in the world would you get plants sent to you in the mail when you can go to the store? Well, back in January, we could go to the store. Now we can't, but the stores here don't have these. You know, when you go in the grocery stores here, you pretty much find Phalaenopsis plants, and occasionally an Oncidium, but not the other specialty things. I wanted to learn more about the different kinds of orchids. I was inspired by many different YouTubers that I love watching, and I thought, I'm going to try different kinds of orchids. I got 2 spare bedrooms because kids have moved out. I might as well turn it into some orchid rooms. So I'll go through and open them up, but might speed it up later so you're not bored. Newspaper. I'm in Washington State, and these came from Chicago, Illinois. This one feels a little wet. Have it in a little pot. Ooh, the comics. We don't get the newspaper. My husband will love the comics. 2-for-1 deal. Orchids for me, comics for my husband. You know, you always need reading material. Ooh, this one's pretty. It has some maroon to the leaves. Oh, it's very soggy though. Not a good thing when you're getting orchids. Not a good thing. Shouldn't come soggy. This one, oh, the leaf is bent. Look at that. Double drats. Yeah, oversogged. And all those blooms. Bummer. Bummer. Well, disappointments do abound. In life, in flowers. They'll regrow. Another season. This is all packing supply stuff that's around it. Ooh. What a soggy mess. They should come dry. Drier than they should be wet, because you don't want them to freeze and you don't want them to be get rot in the roots. This is the second time I've ordered from this company, and the first one was fine. Maybe that's the only wet one in my bunch. We'll see. What's this one called? Ooh. It's a black jewel orchid. It's called Ludicii. Something like that. I'll go through them more later. This one doesn't feel as wet. There should be little ones. Little ones. I like to get the little starter ones or the miniatures because then you can put more on your shelf. This one feels a little moist. Bummer. Hopefully they're not gonna... Oh, that one feels moist. Dang! Maybe I will have to make a comment to them. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, nice shiny. That's a pretty one. Ooh, it's got nice pretty roots growing here. You see those white ones? That's not the This one is called BLC Erin. Yeah, it's a big long name. How you pronounce it, maybe. Pretty. It's got some green roots growing, I can see them. Another big one in here. This is my first year doing orchids where you actually order them online. I still love to get them at the grocery store if I see a pretty one. But so I've tried out, I think 4, maybe 5 different vendors in the United States. And some of them have had half good products, some of them have had not so half, so I thought I'll try them again just to make sure. When I ordered from this company before, everything was fine. It was a little bit drier in the season. Ooh, this one's got some long growing tips. Nice. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Wow, this one's gonna be a beauty. Look at those roots. The roots are taller than the plant. Stuck up in here. Unreal. It's like going fishing. You don't know what you're gonna get at the other end of the line. Wow. Wowzy, wow, wow. Oh, it's one of the Vandas I ordered. I can't wait. Vandas are really beautiful. They don't need any bark or anything. They can just hang. You just have to water them. They can hang. Sunny location. I like it. I like to get their wetness every day. So dunk them in a bathtub of water. This one is called Vanda Pachera Delight Blue. Really pretty. And it's packed in bark so that it can be transported. I haven't figured out how I'm going to hang it because I want all these long, beautiful roots to hang down naturally. Just let them hang. What's your kind of favorite flower? If I was planting a flower outside, my favorite one is Gerber daisies. Love them. They're so pretty. They make me smile. For me, on the West Coast, definitely all my orchids are indoor orchids. On the Florida coast, you can grow them in your yards and patios. There might be a few on hot days I can bring out to the patio, but I probably wouldn't chance it just because of the coolerness that we get in the wetness. I don't see any flower spikes yet. That one would be happening. They've come in between here. To me, it's beautiful and healthy and green. Anyway, I like it. I like all the roots. Woohoo! I have to keep that way over there so I don't bump it. Let's see what one of these little ones are. It's been so long I really don't remember what I ordered. Because I go to all these different websites to create a wish list. At the time I did. Because I'm starting from 0. And some I read won't do well in my climate. Some will. Some I just take a gamble with. I figure with it being my first year and a half of doing, I only did Phalaenopsises for about a year. And I killed a lot of them by overloving them, overwatering them. Some of them were half dead and I was trying to rescue them. But I thought It's part of the learning curve. Not everything's gonna survive it. This one is mounted. Oh my goodness, it's tiny. On a shingle. So I'll probably remount it. It's a Tolumnia variegata, Caribbean. I love Tolumnias. My sweet husband underwatered. I won't say killed, but he underwatered mine when I asked him to watch them for a week when I was gone, and I think it went downhill because of that. But that's okay. It's a flower. It's a learning curve. So these ones are really pretty. They stay a small plant, and then the flower spikes come out, and these little clumps of flowers are on them. Really pretty. Have to bleach my counter down when I'm done. I bleached it before I opened the box, in case you're wondering. It's been a busy morning. As soon as I called my mom to chat with her, the mailman came to deliver this, and then the dog barking. One is a tiny guy. Look at that! Is that not the cutest? It's a tiny plant. It's a baby. It's a BLC Solar Flare Paradise, I believe. They grow up or they can grow down, fall over and cascade. I love them. I have a couple that are on a stick and they hang down. Beautiful. And what happens with these is all of these green leaves, when they're done growing, probably this spring, fall, summer, they're still growing. I can see new leaves. They fall off, and you're left with just a stalk. So this is probably a cane. I mean, this one's probably last year's cane. Everything's fallen off. And then the flowers will grow right off that empty, dry looking cane. They'll stick out from the sides of it. Usually a year to 2 years after it's dropped all of its leaves. So I've got a few years, maybe another year before I see flowers on this guy. So it'll be fun to watch the progress. This one, Dendrobiums. I like Dendrobiums. Let's see what else. I first learned about orchids by watching YouTube channels, of course. My favorite, there's three different people. There's a lot I visited, but 3 different people I go back to. One is the Miss Orchid lady. Her name is Danny. She's very factual, very knowledgeable, and I just love her presentations. And she has her birds always in the background. I love that. I like it when the pets are in there. Another one I enjoy watching and having coffee with is Roger Frampton. He's what I would call a hoot. Simple, real, to the point. Oh, look at this other baby. So check them out. Oh my goodness. Jairak Flyer Golden Fairy. It is so tiny. Look at this. Look at those little roots. I'm gonna have to water him. Look at him. He's so tiny. Grow, little one, grow. I think it's meant to stay tiny too. It's not a big one. One more. And the other people I like watching on the Orchid channel is Miss Orchid D. I think her name is D. Orchid, the Orchid Room, I think is what it's called. Pardon me if I get them wrong. And Margaret, she's Margaret East. I'm Michelle West. And the West Coast, she's over in England. I enjoy watching her and her grow room. learning. Everyone has a different style. It's fun. You go out and you watch and you want to learn, so it's wise to watch different people, not just one. And you learn from them. You learn from their mistakes. You learn from their environment, their culture. The people in England obviously are more close to my temperament. Not temperament, what's it called? Temperature range here. The Pacific Northwest, so I enjoy watching them. Hello, welcome back. I didn't get a chance to finish my video. I wanted to correctly give credit to the names of the YouTube channels that I really enjoy and have learned a lot from, and so I wrote them down correctly. Rogers Orchids, Miss Orchid Girl, Margaret East, The Orchid Room, and Orchid. Those are the people I've been enjoying, and there's others I've watched, but I just wanted to get them correctly. I was mixing names and blending up room names, so I apologize. But I'm Michelle. Nice to meet you from the other side of the continents.